This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael, I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen Permanent Vacation, a weird kind of drama from Jim Jarmusch made back in 1980. It follows the meandering path of Aloysius Christopher Parker, a hipster and drifter who spends his time wandering around the streets and sights of New York City. As he bums cigarettes off of friends, family, and strangers, he ponders upon existential questions of life and its meaning, and if finding that means leaving the place he's called home for so many years. Or something like that. Yeah, this film gets pretty vague when it comes to everything. The story itself is as loose and carefree as Parker himself, almost as if it were in itself a drifter just like him. The pacing is rather slow and patient as a result, not at all rushing itself to get to the next scene, but coming together to be a movie that's pretty much empty of an actual story, with the final output being more of a character study, though it's following a character who doesn't really do much in the way of development or self-improvement. It almost seems like the film is less about Parker as a person and his overall change, and more about how he interacts with the people he meets, from a war veteran to his hospitalized mother to a random guy at a movie theater, all of whom we only see for a few minutes at a time, but do end up captivating all the same, likely because they seem to be just as disaffected by the world around them as Parker is, if not more so. On that note, the world of New York City, as seen in Permanent Vacation, is given an equal amount of disaffection. The movie opens with a few shots of a busy New York City sidewalk, before cutting to the empty streets and alleys that Parker lurks through, staying in these areas and never going back. It makes for an excellent contrast, setting the scene immediately, and setting the film apart from others set in this general area and time. Like the film's pacing and Parker's own lifestyle, the environment is reflective of its people, broken down and in a state of disrepair, but still standing. The interior environments of some scenes are just as dirty and dingy, but do offer variety, seemingly designed for the people who live within them, with the film's cinematography remaining flat and stark to better showcase just how empty these areas are. The overall tone within these areas does unify everything, fully placing these people in a harsh environment that gives them no reason to stick around. Despite that, they do stay. And it seems that Parker's aimlessness and pontificating may not be such a waste of time after all, if the question of why stay or why not leave is what he wants to answer. The film may be a slow ride, but it's a rather interesting one when it comes to its themes. Its characters, maybe not. Permanent Vacation. Jim Jarmusch, 1980. 3 stars. I don't know if I'd recommend it, at least for a casual watch. It's a bit more art house than anything, I'd have to say. Anyways, that's it for me. If you liked this review, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. As always, subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I wouldn't mind being a drifter. Maybe a more traditional drifter. Hitchhiking across the country. Sneaking onto trains. Do trains still run?